Right, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Joey Knight podcast. Now, it was the transfer saga that seemed to rumble on, and just when we thought it was over, after Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool came in, agreed to smash their transfer record for Moises Caicedo and close the show, Caicedo said no, and he has now officially joined Chelsea Football Club, completely transforming our midfield. Here to help me discuss the Caicedo transfer and any other potential incomings that we may see before the end of the window is Josh Aveste. The link to Josh's channel is in the description to this video. So after you've watched this video, do me a favour, head over to Josh's channel, hit the subscribe button over there, and then you will be locked in for all Josh's content that is getting banged out on a weekly basis. Josh, happy with this Caicedo transfer? And does he start over Conor Gallagher? I'm not sure. Does he?
I'm buzzing for this transfer. I feel like it's been the longest 3 months of my life we're hearing about. But what I want to say, first of all, is thanks for having me on again. And thanks for all the love for the comments and all the people watching. We've had some lovely stuff, haven't we? I'm super grateful for it.
Mate, I'm always overwhelmed by it because I'm... and the thing is as well, like, you know, it's at this point now where obviously, look, I make no secret, my channel's very much growing at the minute, yeah? I only launched this channel in end of January, I think. So to know that everyone's on, like, not only first name basis with myself and whatnot and knowing a bit about myself, now they're going, oh, we love the link up with Josh and whatnot. It is a very nice feeling. So we are very appreciative of those comments. Yeah. Backed by popular demand.
Yeah, I can't stay away, guys. Yeah. I'm sorry. But we're going to be doing loads more together. So let's get into Caicedo. I'm buzzing. We've been waiting for so long. We've got our man. Have we overspent?
Yeah, I mean...
Do we care?
No way. No, look, have we overspent? Yes. But let's not try and make out that Chelsea are the only ones doing this, you know? Arsenal just went and spent a load on Declan Rice. Man City spent a load on Grealish. And when you look, all right, yeah, I'm going to have a massive bias here being a Chelsea fan, but when you look at the importance that Jack Grealish adds to Man City's team, albeit a different position, does he hold the key to transform a Man City team on the season before, as much as Moises Caicedo holds that key to transform this Chelsea team? I would argue not. Declan Rice, jury's out. Do I think that he'll transform that Arsenal team? Yes. Do I think that he'll move them up positions in the league? Probably not. That's my honest opinion. Probably not. But great player. Now, it's a bit of an unfair one to say this. Do I think that Moises Caicedo's arrival ends up in Chelsea moving positions up the league? Well, I should hope so.
We've needed a DM for a very, very long time. We've needed that sort of like Kante successor, haven't we, for ages, in that Makelele role. And this guy comes in and he makes a real difference for us. And also, right, when we're talking about transfer fees, do you remember when we were kids, like we were thinking like Ruud van Nistelrooy, £30 million, I think that was, right? I remember going, that is insane. That is ridiculous money. How the hell are like people going to afford that? That's
50 mil for Torres.
Yeah, and then so there were so many ones here where we go, this is ridiculous. This is getting too far. Like, how long is it going to take to see a £300 million player or a £400 million? That could happen in the next 10 years. So this is just the way it's going. And look, we've had to deal with Brighton. I'm hoping, mate, that we never have to deal with Brighton again. Like, I'm quite happy to just let them play in their own playground now and just get on with it. Like, I don't want to do business with them again. Because
I said it in a video recently. The only place I want to see Brighton from now on is in the third round of the FA Cup, and that is it.
I'm sick of it, right? Yeah. Like, Tony Bloom has just pulled our pants down about 10 times. I looked at it the other day. I think we've had like 11 members of staff, including all of the backroom staff, all of the transfers that we've had. It's just like let's just leave them alone now. Like, we've had our fun.
Moises Caicedo is the key, as I said, to unlocking that Chelsea midfield. When we look at how Enzo Fernandez played yesterday, and he was massively helped out by Conor Gallagher yesterday. Conor Gallagher had a bit of a slow start, but, you know, he grew into the match. And you saw that the performance that Conor Gallagher put in helped Enzo free up his game, move up the pitch a little bit. And listen, we take plenty of losses, but we've got to claim the win on that one. We did say, and were hammered a little bit at times by saying that Enzo needs to be pushed right up the pitch. And everyone said to us, no, Enzo's a central defensive midfield player only. And, you know, that's the box and he stays in there.
He's a destroyer. Yeah, that's what people say.
He did very well in that progressive role. And I think we will only see that progressive role come to fruition more once Moises Caicedo comes in. Moises Caicedo ranked, I think, second in the league, joint second when it came to possessions won with Declan Rice last season. An interesting stat that I have touched on before on this channel, but Moises Caicedo ranked only behind Rodri in the league last season when it came to possessions won that led to a shot on goal. And when you look at the players that Rodri would have been moving the ball onto, you would say, as brilliant as Brighton were last season, I hold my hands up to that, there is more chance that when you're moving the ball onto the players that Manchester City had, that you're going to see a shot on goal. Also, what comes into that is the fact that Man City would have been more dominant over teams than, let's say, a Brighton were. Yeah. So, if you put it sort of pound for pound, to use a boxing term, I think Moises Caicedo probably ranks top of those stats.
Yeah, definitely. And he's not just a destroyer. Like, people need to stop, like, get out of the head where they're, like, all I see for Caicedo is tackles in all the highlights, right? And he makes a tackle look really good. He makes a tackle look brilliant, right? But he's not just that. Like, what I saw yesterday with Conor Gallagher, and I suppose is his biggest weakness, right, is that when he picked up the ball in that sort of, like, pivot area, Connor isn't the best at the ball retention side of the game. And like, for example, in the past, we had players like Kovacic who were like elite world-class level at that, where basically they would pick up the ball and shield it and never lose possession. And Caicedo can do that as well. And he can do that better than what Connor did yesterday, right? And let's not slag off Connor. I rate him as well. I think he's actually being misused in that role that he was yesterday. He's actually a 10 for me, right? And we'll touch more on that later. But Caicedo isn't going to just be a guy that tackles. He's going to be a guy that picks up the ball in the pivot area, picks it up, either pings a pass on, makes a run. Like, he can do all of that, right? And his pass completion stats for last season were 88%.
Yeah.
So again, if you're looking at like, he can do all the tackling and we need him to do that in the DM role, but he's also brilliant at distributing the ball as well. And so those two together, having him and Enzo in that sort of like deeper role where they're sort of like rotating in and out, because I think that's basically what will happen. Like, Caicedo will be at the base of the midfield and then Enzo will sort of like be pushing further on, but they'll sort of like sit and rotate, and like maybe Caicedo bombs on, Enzo drops in. Like, that's why I'm so excited. They're similar. Enzo's slightly better at going forward, but they both complement each other.
What a difference a couple of weeks make.
I know.
We were sat here, weren't we, saying, who do you even play there? Who do you even play there? Now we're looking at it and people are going, you're buying into it too much, whatever. Let's be honest. We've got to have the best midfield pivot in the league, haven't we?
Now, what you'd probably say, second, third, like in terms of the ranking and their performances thus far?
I would say second, personally.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd say second. And that's only because I don't want to get absolutely hammered, because if you ask me my real opinion, it's first. But I'd say second. Yeah, look, we've got to see how they gel together. We've got to see how they play together. But, there's some things, and I don't want to jinx it, touch wood, but there are some things when you just think, it can't not work. It just can't not work. Enzo and Caicedo in that pivot can't not work. What I would say is, I do still think with the injury to Nkunku that we do need someone that can play in that 10 role. I like Kane Chukwuemeka, rated his performance yesterday. A little bit worried, actually. When I first saw that high foot, I thought, oh my God, we've gone down to 10 men. But, we were all right there. Yeah. And I really do rate him. I think in terms of the one-touch passing we spoke that we both want to see, and progressing the ball on, he's a great player to have there, very confident. But I do still think we need to bring someone in there. So
I'm going to be controversial, mate. I don't rate Carney that highly.
Really?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure about him.
People have been saying this in my comments.
Yeah, I'm not sure about him at all. I think the factor for me that makes the difference is, like, has he ever come in and changed a game?
It's hard to take this. I was at the Man City game last season at home when he hit the post, and I actually did think he made a significant change in that game after Mount came off and he came on.
There you go.
But when you go on scoreline, we lost the game. So
the potential for him is massive, right? I almost think he needs a loan. I'm comparing him to like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, for example. I actually think Ruben Loftus-Cheek as a current ability is higher than Carney is.
Did you see Loftus-Cheek's got a hat-trick the other day?
I did.
I love Loftus-Cheek, man. I love Ruben.
I really loved him. And obviously, we're always biased, mate, because he came through the academy. And I loved Ruben. And I was actually really gutted when he left. And I actually think...
And he's a handsome fucker.
And I actually think that might be a little bit short-sighted when you look at the problems that we have and in terms of the money that we're going to have to spend to replace someone like him. Why not just keep him? Carney, we're not sure on, so maybe give him a loan and bring him back then next season. So, and then even like Caicedo, I also thought that he maybe has a better current ability than Carney as well. So I was almost like going, do you offload Carney and keep Caicedo?
Leicester have had it off signing Caicedo because he's like, he's one that I was speaking to you about Leicester, and this is going a little bit off topic, but they will come up on the pure amount of talent they have, whether or not they adapt and play the best football straight away. But they're just stacked with talent now. They've got Caicedo as well. But so Carney Chukwuemeka's one to possibly stick a pin in. But engaging your opinion on that, I believe that you would then agree with me, wouldn't you? That we need to sign someone in that area.
I think we definitely do. Yeah, like I almost think we need a winger, a right winger, and we need an attacking mid as well.
Well, that's convenient because I know a couple of players that can do both.
Tell me, talk to me.
I always say Ryan, and people say it's not Ryan, it's Ryan. Ryan Cherki.
Yeah, I really rate him.
Yeah.
The thing that they're saying about him is mentality and whether he wants to defend. So we've got to almost make that call now, where you take the Hazard level potential, which everyone is saying he's got, versus the mentality and the defensive actions. And like for Poch, maybe he's going, I want players that are buying into my mentality and I want a dressing room that are all together. And that's why it's gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? Like with Cherki, I'm not hearing as many rumours about him. I'm hearing a lot of rumours about other targets.
Can I hold my hands up on this with the Ryan Cherki thing? It'd be very easy for me to sit and go, oh, brilliant player, you know, this and that. I've never watched him play live. I haven't. I've watched highlights on YouTube. Yeah. One player I have watched play live and been very impressed by is Michael Olise at Crystal Palace. We heard reports that we'd had a bid accepted for him. But again, that's gone quiet. And I don't know whether it's because the Caicedo deal and the transfer saga with him and Lavia and whatnot took so much energy that the owners went, right, do you know what? We are going to invest everything into this tunnel vision and then we'll address those areas and we're confident that we'll be able to get that done. Yeah. Is he a player that if we bring in, comes in and starts for us, do you think?
I think it's going to be really competitive because I think everyone's sleeping on Noni Madueke. Like this guy, obviously he hasn't played a lot in pre-season, but he ripped it up in the under-21 championship, right? And no one is talking about him, but he's, for me, one of our better wingers, if not one of our best wingers.
He was a rare spark of hope last season, wasn't he?
Yeah. And for me, like he gets in, and we'll talk about starting lineups very soon, but he gets in my starting lineup more often than not because I just think he brings explosivity, pace, aggression, like ability on the ball in a way that our other wingers don't quite have at the moment. So I think it's going to be a straight shootout between those two. And you need that competition. I love it. So do you know what? If Olise gets in the team, great. If Noni's playing, brilliant. I'm happy that for both of them. And actually, could you see both of them in the starting lineup at the same time? Yes.
Potentially,
so this is brilliant. I think Olise for me is the one that we just need to get done. And the breaking news, all the rumours are saying that the bid is accepted and we're negotiating personal terms. So this could be one that actually happens quite quickly.
Kepa Arrizabalaga, however you say it, Arrizabalaga.
Beautiful pronunciation, Joey. Are you Spanish?
Did a bit of Spanish at school. Didn't listen all that much. Kepa has gone to Spain.
Kepa, mate, what the hell has happened to Kepa? He falls upwards, doesn't he? Like he just fails and fails and fails, but gets bumper contracts, and now he's playing for one of the best teams in the world, Real Madrid.
Football never fails to generate crazy storylines. We brought Kepa in to replace Courtois, and everyone went, oh my God, that's a downgrade. Courtois goes down and gets injured in training. They bring Kepa in to replace Courtois. Look, I think it's a positive because I do think that maybe Kepa might put himself in the shop window a little bit. We're not going to get 70 odd million or whatever. What was it? Who paid 71 million? We're not going to get that. But I think he might put himself in the shop window a little bit. And I think at the end of the season, maybe we might be seeing a team come in and potentially pay us 35 to 40 million for Kepa, which I think would be good business.
He's got 1 year left. This the problem with this deal. The problem with this deal is that he's gone on loan. There's no obligation to buy or an option to buy. It's a straight loan. So in next summer, we're in trouble.
I like Kepa,
to raise the money.
And I'm sure you like Kepa too. But
yeah,
we take away that from it.
Yeah.
Happy to see him go if this is for good.
I'm happy to see him go. And I would rather it had been for good now. I would have been happy for him to be in the team, but that for me was like, I'm happy because we don't have any other credible options. I didn't really see him as a number one that I was incredibly excited about.
So Sanchez needs the number two, really. Definitely. Or, like you've referred to them, a 1.5, someone to challenge him.
Yeah.
Heard a rumour the other day about Kasper Schmeichel.
Yeah.
Do you think that'd be a sensible one?
I'm quite happy about that because it's an experienced head. He's a top quality goalkeeper. What people are saying, and we saw it a little bit yesterday with the Sanchez error that nearly led to a goal, and that would have been a killer. That we probably would have lost the game if he made that. He did that pass out. I can't remember who it was to.
Nunez miscontrolled it.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was to.
I can't remember who he was passing it to, but McAllister picked it up. Nunez miscontrolled it.
Yeah.
And Nunez miscontrolled one in a like-for-like situation about 20 seconds later as well. So.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah. So, like, what I'm worried about is keepers playing with their feet, and Schmeichel isn't known for that. But what you're buying there is like a proper old school goalkeeper that you know is a safe pair of hands, pardon the pun.
Massive leadership qualities
And leadership
as well.
qualities.
We've heard about that. I've watched a lot of podcasts surrounding the Leicester title win, even the relegation triumph the season before and whatnot. Yeah. And everyone does say that Kasper Schmeichel is one. What I would say is we speak about a 1.5. He's a 2. He don't come in and play number one over Sanchez.
Do you think that?
I don't think so.
Because he's going to come in and he's going to want to be the number one, mate. You know that, don't you? He expects to be number one. He's played in the Premier League for years. He's going to come in and expect to be playing 100%. But he's cheap. And this is the thing that we've got to talk about now is like, we're talking about all these transfers. And yes, we've brought in a load of money now, but we also can't be frivolously spending, especially if we do get the Lavia deal done, which is a possibility. So like now when you're talking about goalkeeper options, you've got to be looking at cheaper options. And that's why Kasper all around as the package makes sense. And I think they will battle it out, him and Sanchez for the number one spot.
I just think we need another goalkeeper in and challenge for competition. Like you said, scrap it out. And then I also do think that we need to get that Olise deal done because I look at the fact that he can play in the 10, he can play right wing, and it's not a quick fix because even once Nkunku comes back, I can then still see him playing in that team again. Good competition for Madueke, the forgotten man, Hakim Ziyech. We need to get him out. So yeah, it's an interesting one, but there's our opinion on it. I want to know, what do you lot think? Who do you think we still need to bring in, if anyone? And also, let's get some names in the comment sections. Anyone we haven't spoke about that you'd really like to see us brought in. The link to Josh's channel is in the description to this video, so please do me a favour. Head over there if you're not already subscribed to his channel and drop him a subscribe to show your appreciation for him swinging by on short notice today, and we will see you all in the next video.